This broadcast of LSMN is being brought to you by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Come by for our hand-cut steaks, legendary sides, and fresh baked bread. We're open till 11 o'clock, so stop by after the game. Texas Roadhouse. Legendary food, legendary service.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to LSMN's broadcast of the Lewisville Farmers versus the Flower Mound Jaguars. We should have a very exciting night for you guys tonight. I'm Brody Lewis, alongside my co-host.
Coming into this game, we have Lewisville, who just lost their star running back in Damian Martinez. Damian Martinez led their team in rushing with 844 yards through the season so far in 5 games. They're going to be without him today with an ankle sprain. They're going to definitely rely on Elson and Lewis to come up. Have about 300 yards so far as Flower Mound comes to enter the field. Lewisville is 5-0 this season so far. They're going to look to make it 6-0 against Flower Mound. A bit of a rivalry here. Fun to watch how that goes.
Speaking of key players being out, Nick Evers is questionable tonight, but we did see him warming up before the game started in full pads, so he may be playing, he may not be. Yale Erdman is the backup, so he should be expected to play tonight. Flower Mound, from this point on, needs to win all their games. With last week's loss against Hebron, if they want to have any sort of chance of making playoffs this year.
Yeah, speaking of playoff chances, Lewisville's definitely going to have to come out here and win this game. This is a big staple game for them early in the season. Flower Mound's definitely going to be a tough opponent, one of their tougher opponents this season. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out. If they come out and win this game, and they play like that the rest of the season, they should be a shoo-in for the playoffs. For Lewisville, they're just going to have to come out here, play their game how they've been all season. Can't rely on Damian Martinez this time around, but they can definitely rely on other rushers, as I said, Elson and Lewis. Elson a sophomore and Lewis a junior. Definitely going to have to rely on them this season. And then, of course, their quarterback, Terrell, senior, he's going to have to come in clutch here. He's already got 900 yards on the season. He's probably going to need at least 400 in this game, maybe to keep Pete. Flower Mound's defense was not the best last time out, so it'll be fun to see how Lewisville comes out playing this game.
Yale Erdman has only played 2 games this season, but he's made quite a name for himself with 57 passing attempts and 36 completions for 430 yards, compared to Nick Evers' 141 attempts with 76 completions and 1,053 yards. So if Nick Evers does not play tonight, it's no big deal for the Jaguars. They have a great backup in Yale Erdman. And we'll be right back with you guys after this playing of the national anthem. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ellis Simmons' broadcast of the Lewisville Farmers versus the Flower Mound Jaguars, sponsored by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Legendary food, legendary service. The game's just about to get underway as we await the kickoff.
Coaches for this game around is you have Basil on Flower Mound side, pretty good coach, as we've definitely seen from Overtime, our segment here at in Lewisville Sports Media Network. He's been on Coach's Corner, great coach for Flower Mound, definitely a good leader for Flower Mound and a good person to be around.
And as both teams make their way to the field, it seems that Flower Mound has elected to kick the ball, and Lewisville is going to be receiving.
It'll definitely be interesting to see if Flower Mound comes out here with Nick Evers or Yarrell Erdman. They should have plenty of confidence in their backup, Yarrell Erdman, after he came out in the Mound Showdown. Definitely showed his role coming in there and securing that victory in a big rivalry game.
And it looks like Lewisville is putting 2 of their players back to receive. Number 8, Caden Jenkins. And the ball is going to go out into the end zone. It will be a touchback. Lewisville will start their drive at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, this game last year was a big blowout win for Lewisville. They just dominated the run game with Damian Martinez, and obviously he's out today, so they're going to have to use some kind of different game plan, but it'll be interesting to see how Lewisville comes out after their big win last year.
And Lewisville's offense is making their way out on the field with Ethan Terrell at quarterback. Lewisville starting in the pistol formation, going to pass. Ball is caught by number 9, Armani Winfield.
Yeah, just a quick little dump off there for start the game, about 3 yards there.
Lewisville's starting offensive line is number 79, John Mulatto, number 60, Devin Love, number 77, Taj Martin, number 75, Xavion Davis. Lewisville coming back out in the shotgun formation, sends a man in motion. And a quick handoff to their running back, gets a good gain of about 8 yards on that one.
I think that was an option play there with Terrell. Made the decision to go to Lewis there, the junior. Picked up about 4 yards there. Lemon definitely created a big hole there for them.
Number 21, Byron Ellison with the carry. Lewisville back in the pistol formation. 3rd and short. They're going to fake the handoff. And Terrell is going to run it for a good gain of about 15 and a first down.
Yeah, another option play there for Lewisville. That's 2 option plays out of the 3 plays they've ran so far, and that one Flower Mound was not ready for. Terrell just had a big hole there on the right side of the field.
And Terrell passing it again. It's dropped by number 14, Kai Stone, and picked up by the Flower Mound defense, but the refs are going to rule it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he definitely didn't have clear possession of the ball and definitely did not take 2 steps there. So
just a simple error on the receiver's part. Good job by the Flower Mound defense to be aware of that and pick up the ball even though it was an incomplete pass. Lewisville throwing once again. It's caught by number 9, Armani Winfield, and he's going to get a nice gain of 10 yards and a first down, but there is a flag on the field.
yeah, depending on how this play goes, if it does stand for Lewisville, it'd be a nice pickup, just a little dump off, and Winfield had a lot of space there.
Lewisville so far has been really driving down the field against this Flower Mound defense, but it looks like this play is coming back. I believe the call was holding on the Lewisville offense. And they're going to go back another 10 yards. It's now 1st and 20. About 10:30 remaining in this first half, or first quarter, I'm sorry. And it looks like we'll get the call right here. And it was a face mask on the Lewisville defense, and that's going to bring him back 15 yards.
Yeah, that's definitely a momentum killer there after Lewisville has gained some big yardage here to start this game. See how they come back here.
It is now 2nd and 25 for the Lewisville defense. Let's see if they can recover from this. And Terrell is going to run this. Quick quarterback sweep. Only gets about 4 yards on that play, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a long third down here. It looks to be about 3rd and 17 for the Lewisville offense. They might just run it here to just try to give their punter some room to kick the ball.
Or they could play it aggressively and try to go for the first down here.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see the way Lewisville comes out of this game.
Shotgun formation with 3 wideouts. It looks like they might throw it here. And they fake the handoff, and they do throw it, but it's incomplete. Intended target, number 5, Brent Allen, does not get possession of the ball there, just lets it go right through his hands, and that's going to bring up 4th down and the punting team.
Yeah, it just seemed to be like an RPO play there for the Lewisville offense. Terrell tried to throw the ball quick there, and he just did not get enough arm on it, and it was just too low of a throw for Lewisville receiver to make that play.
Set to receive, number 6, Boston Langenfelter. Calls a fair catch. Fumbles the ball, but manages to recover it.
Yeah, that could have been a big miscue there for Flower Mound, but they're lucky there to good play there by the returner to pounce right back on it.
And Flower Mound is going to get this ball at the 18-yard line.
It's going to be interesting to see who Flower Mound comes out here on the field. This looks to be Nick Evers is coming out.
Looks like they are, in fact, playing Nick Evers. This is his first game back in about a week. He did not play in the Hebron game. So let's see if he's a little rusty or if he's all warmed up and ready to go.
It's definitely a big story coming in this game if Nick Evers was going to play or not, and if he did, how well was he going to play coming off that concussion? Flower
Mound sends a man into motion. And Nick Evers drops back to pass. Can't find a man, tries to escape the pocket, goes down the slide, and gets eaten up by the Lewisville defense.
It looks to be a loss of 2 yards there to start off. He just couldn't find anybody, good coverage downfield, and just couldn't make the run out of the play. The Lewisville D-line just swarmed him up.
Flower Mound gets a gain of about 2 on that. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Sticking with that. Evers drops back to pass again. Finds a man downfield. Number 6, Boston Langenfelter can't get there in time. Seemed to trip up on himself there.
Yeah, I can't tell if he just tripped up on his legs or is it just a good play by that Lewisville safety there just to get in the view of that receiver there for Flower Mound.
And while we're here, we might as well talk about the Flower Mound O-line. Number 71, Will Marshall. Number 65, Matthew Arajo. Number 70, Grant Dillinger. Number 74, Dylan Ty. Number 57, Colin Cashman. Evers drops back to pass again. Can he find a man? Throws it deep downfield, overthrown. Intended target, number 15, Walker Mulkey.
Yeah, good coverage there by Cameron Jenkins. It seemed to be just downfield. Good coverage on Flower Mound there, and just they couldn't find any open man. Nick Evers just came out of the game just a little bit maybe off on those passes, maybe just bits of miscues mentally early in the game, but good to see that he is on the field for Flower Mound.
And a quick 3 and out for Flower Mound will bring out the punting team. And a good punt by Reagan Tubbs. Gets fumbled by Lewisville. Flower Mound almost recovers, but not able to.
There's now 2 botched catches there on the return so far. Luckily, both have been recovered.
Caden Jenkins was back there to receive the kick. Fumbles it, almost loses it, but it was able to recover just in time before Flower Mound got there. And Lewisville's offense coming back on the field once again.
Yeah, not too shabby of a first drive. Just that penalty kind of killed their momentum and just dug too deep of a hole there. But they had some nice bright spots early in the first half here.
And a quick handoff to Ellison. Gets stopped at the line of scrimmage, though. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they just tried to find space. The O-line tried to create a hole there for Ellison there, but there's just no hole whatsoever there. Flower Mound just did a good job pursuing to the hole there and just closing it up.
And Lewis coming off to the sideline. Looks like they're going to keep Ellison as their main running back for this game. And a fake handoff. And barely reels in the catch. Number 9, can he go? He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown Lewisville. Number 9, Armani Winfield with the first touchdown of this game.
Really up and down roller coaster of a play. Bit of a weird throw there by Terrell, but receiver Jenkins just made the recovery after the ball was passed, found the hole, and this Flower Mound's defense just was not able to wrap it up, and he just found a hole, and he basically just out-sprinted those safeties down the field.
What a play by Armani Winfield to keep his eye on the ball, able to track it in the air, managed to get the catch and the touchdown. As the extra point is good, the Farmers will take the lead, 7-0.
Yeah, what of a start of a game here. Just went from kind of calm two first drives by both offenses, and then Lewisville just comes out with a big score there.
And now, Brennan, if you're Flower Mound, how do you respond to that?
You kind of just have to understand that some of those things just happen in the game of football. You're just going to have to come out, keep playing the way you want to play. You know that your quarterback has enough to lead this offense, how he has been from those few starts that he had earlier in the season before his injury. You know he can do this. He's already committed to Flower Mound. He showed his talent. He can lead his offense. They sure will be fine going into this game. They just have to settle down, understand that they are good enough to beat this Lewisville team, and just keep playing the way they are.
Well said. And as the kicking teams make their way out onto the field, receiving for Flower Mound, number 4 and number 22.
Great start to the game so far. Just bobbled that pass a little there.
And the kick is up with 8:14 left in this first quarter. And Flower Mound is going to field it. Number 4, Grant Satterfield, is trying to make a play here and goes out at the 26. A bit of a late hit from Lewisville, but he seems to be okay.
Yeah, seems to be no flag on the play, but yeah, he just tried to go end around there and just couldn't find any space on that left side of the field, and just good close up by the Lewisville special teams.
Flower Mound is going to get the ball here at the 21-yard line and see if they can make a play happen this time. Last time they were out here, they had a quick 3-and-out. They're hoping for something a bit more here.
Yeah, I know this Flower Mound team has much faith in Nick Evers here, as there is a flag on the play.
I believe it was neutral zone infraction on the Lewisville defense. Saw a lot of motion on that line there.
Whatever the call is here, it seems to be that the Flower Mound coach does not agree with it. He's been arguing with the ref for these past couple minutes. Just does not agree with the call, but.
And the penalty was on Flower Mound. It was a false start on their line. Evers all alone in the backfield. Sends 19 in motion. Fakes the handoff and a quick screen pass is ruled incomplete. Intended target number 11. Beck Anderson cannot reel in the catch.
Yeah, just a quick screenplay there, but Lewisville's defense was just on the quick pursuit as they have been so far in this game. Just been really quick to the ball, just been playing it really well, and they just shut down that screen pass.
Evers adjusting the play at the line. 19 going in motion once again. And a quick pass once again from Evers. Number 15 was the receiver, Walker Mulkey. Gets stopped right as he caught the ball for a loss of about 1.
Yeah, just quick passes so far here from Nick Evers. Just after that first drive of him going deep pretty often, he's slowed down and tried to go for some quick passes. But it's going to be a 3rd and 11 here on this Flower Mound offense. It's going to be hard to get out of this.
Evers all alone in the backfield once again. Looking to go deep. Scrambles out of the pocket. He has some open field. Ooh, tries to truck a defender, but gets swallowed up. Stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he lowered the shoulder there, just trying to make something happen because he knew he had to gain at least a couple more yards after that. We just could not make anything happen then. Lewisville defense showed up once again. Another quick 3 and out for Flower Mound off a penalty.
And the punt teams come out once again. Number 8, Caden Jenkins, back to receive for Lewisville. And a good punt once again. Jenkins calls a fair catch, and the ball will be placed at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that punt was pretty good. He kicked it from about the 15-yard line, got it all the way back down to the opposite 15-yard line. Some good punts so far by the Flower Mound punter. Bright spots so far.
And you can tell just by the way Evers is playing, he's very excited to be back on the field this week.
Yeah, you could tell he wants to be out here. Kind of some quick decisions so far. He's kind of just got to settle down. He's very excited to be out here. But he's just got to settle down and understand that this is a very important game for the Flower Mound team. We just got to keep playing and got to stay calm.
Just a little bit over 6.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Let's go ahead and talk about Flower Mound's defensive line. At the left end, we have number 32, Caleb Vogel. At the tackle, we have Preston Lewis, number 56. At the nose, we have number 68, Wyatt Yost. And at the right end, we have number 48, Tristan Malouf. And it looks like for this drive, number 23, Xavier Luce is going to be playing running back. Looks like they're going to be giving Ellison a bit of a break.
Yeah, this Flower Mound defense has had some bright spots so far in the season. Definitely during the Mound Showdown 2 weeks ago, they shut down Marcus's offense, holding him to 14 points. Played very well. Of course, that Hebron game, they didn't come out as strong, so they're going to go into this Lewisville game and try to keep it going.
And a quick handoff to Lewis. Gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1.
Yeah, both of these teams' running games so far have not been the best. A lot of negative yardage so far. I think that Lewisville is going to lean towards the pass as the game goes on, especially after that long touchdown on the second drive.
Speaking of that touchdown, how do you follow up after that?
You kind of just have to settle down. One big play, you got that touchdown. You have all the momentum right now after your defense has had 2 big stops. You got to settle down. You got to understand that those big plays happen, but they're not going to keep happening, so you just got to keep playing your brand of football and coming out here.
And Lewisville passing, and right through the hands of Jenkins once again. Or I'm sorry, that was not Jenkins. Armani Winfield.
Yeah, these Lewisville wide receivers so far in the game have dropped a few passes. Even on the touchdown from Jenkins, he still bobbled that pass and almost didn't even catch that ball.
And it is now 3rd and 11 for Lewisville. Let's see if they can make something happen. As as Lewisville goes in the shotgun formation once again. Terrell drops back to pass, finds a man downfield. Number 14 all alone, down at the 30. Number 14, Kai Stone, with another amazing reception for Lewisville.
Yeah, 2 big receptions here for Lewisville so far. They're getting quick back to the line here, seem to be going hurry up.
Trying to keep Flower Mound's defense on their toes. And number 21, Xavier Ellison, or Byron Ellison, gets stopped well behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that run game so far for Lewisville just has not been working out. But they're just trying to keep that going, so when they go to the play action, they can keep the Flower Mound defense on their toes. So they're going to keep going to that, but they will lean towards the pass as the game goes on, as they've had 2 big receptions so far in this game. I'd look for another pass here. See another play action.
And it's going to be a QB keeper as Terrell makes his way down the field. He gets stopped at the 20, but there is a flag in the backfield. And as Lewisville's offense makes their way back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like this play is going to come back.
Yeah, holding call. It's usually happen a lot on runs. They just got to settle down. But that option play there was greatly designed and well played by Terrell, and he was just following his blockers. That's what he's got to do on those option plays.
It is now 2nd and 16 for the Lewisville offense.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Lewisville offense reacts to these penalties, because both teams have had quite a few. Neither have come back from either of their penalties so far.
Sorry, I meant 2nd and 25 for the Lewisville offense. And it looks like the original play call was to try to get Flower Mound to jump off sides, but that didn't work, so Terrell is changing the play up. And a fake handoff, and another quick pass to 82. Lucas Sanders goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, there's the play action there. I think they're just trying to gain some yardage back, maybe hope for a little field goal attempt here, but they probably still need another 10 yards to be anywhere near in range for their kicker. Got a long 3rd and 20, gonna probably maybe end up for the pass here, but I also could see a run just to try to get a little closer for that field goal attempt.
4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first quarter as the Farmers have 20 yards to go on 3rd down. Lewisville in the pistol formation again. Terrell drops back to pass. Tries to make a play, finds a man downfield. Almost picked off by the Flower Mound defense, but just a bit overthrown by Terrell.
Yeah, I think he just made just a little bit of a bad decision there, because I think he had a little bit more space if he just ran that ball off to the left. But I think he was just trying to go for that 1st down and go for that all or nothing type play, especially on a long 3rd down.
And it looks like Lewisville is going for it. Or, I'm sorry, they are actually punting. And a high punt goes out of bounds at about the 25.
Flower Mound's going to look to come out here, just settle down a little bit after 2 quick drives of 3 and outs. They're just going to have to settle down, figure out maybe a new way. Nick Evers is hopefully going to settle in here and make some passes and lead this Flower Mound offense like he had been earlier in the season before his injury.
Flower Mound coming out in the I formation. And a handoff to Cade Edlin. Gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 4.
Yeah, just another quick run there. And I think they're going to try to set up that play action just like Lewisville has been doing. Just trying to set that up, trying to get some open space downfield for Evers, because he's got that arm. That's one reasons he was a strong site for Flower Mound for Florida for his commit, because he's got a strong arm.
Evers escaping the pocket, finds a man, finally completes a pass to number 15, and he is still fighting. Number 15, Walker Mulkey, with Flower Mound's first down of the game.
Yeah, that's not easy either. He runs out of the pocket and is able just to throw on the run and get downfield and make a pretty good pass. Pretty good pass for a solid 15-yard gain here for Flower Mound.
And another fake handoff and another quick pass by Evers. Again to Walker Mulkey, gets another first down.
Look, there's that play action with just that open space in the field as they're going hurry up here too.
3:15 left in this first quarter. Let's see if Flower Mound can make anything happen. Another play action, this time to number 26, but there is a flag down.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on number 11, Beck Anderson here for his block on that screen.
Pass was complete to Caden Jensen for a gain of about 8, but it looks like this play might be coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be holding on Flower Mound.
Looks like it might have been a face mask by Flower Mound, seeing as how far back they're going. And it was holding on Flower Mound. Sure is a momentum killer for them, but let's see if they can come back and make a big play. Evers drops back to pass. Short throw to Mulkey. Tries to make a play, gets to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, a little quick screen pass there. Gains about 7 yards, trying to gain that yardage back that they lost in the flag.
Now 2nd and 13 for Flower Mound. Evers looks to pass again. Mulkey wide open all alone. He's at the 20, the 10, and that is a touchdown for the Flower Mound Jaguars.
Just that quick pass there by Evers. Found the open space for Mulkey on down the sideline. And Mulkey was basically just all alone there on that right side of the field, and he just outran that last Lewisville safety. Just quick little touchdown there by Evers after it seemed to be all momentum was killed off, but they made that quick play, quick pass, quick touchdown from out as they go for the tie here at 7-7.
Tubbs lined up to kick the extra point. And it is good. We have ourselves a tied game with 2:30 left in this first quarter. Farmers 7, Jaguars 7.
6-play drive there for Flower Mound. They even recovered off that holding penalty earlier in the drive. It's really quick by Evers. He's leading that offense like we know he can.
And just a quick reminder, tonight's broadcast of LSMN is brought to you by Texas Roadhouse and Flower Mound. Legendary food, legendary service.
Definitely suspect Lewisville's going to keep their shape in this game. Just settle down, understand that they have what it takes. I don't think they're going to change anything. They've been very good on offense, and just one miscue on defense, of course, led to that touchdown. But I think Lewisville's offense is just going to stay the same and just play their game.
Definitely a pass-heavy game tonight, as both teams are favoring the passing game.
Yeah, those runs haven't been going well, so they've definitely been leaning towards the pass. Some big plays, too. Not as much short passes, but definitely long passes downfield. Found the open space between those safeties and linebackers.
Back to receive for Lewisville, number 8, Caden Jenkins, number 21, Byron Ellison.
Much better start for Flower Mound this year. After last year, they didn't have the best start in this game, but this year they're coming out strong. Really 7-7 game.
And this kick goes deep into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. Lewisville will get the ball at the 25-yard line. Now, if you're Lewisville here, do you think you try to go for a big play to end the first quarter, or do you try to take your time?
Definitely think they're going to take their time. I don't think they're going to take their time in the essence of they're going to stop their they're going to stop the hurry up, but I think they're going to continue the hurry up and don't go downfield as much, but just try to gain those long yardage plays. but definitely not change their game plan any, if all.
And a reverse run to number 23 gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, another attempt there by the run by Lewisville. I really don't think they're doing it as much to gain yardage, but to lean on that play action and lean on those option plays, because that's definitely what's opening up the fields for these the Lewisville wide receivers.
2nd and 11 for Lewisville here, as they come out in a shotgun formation, sending a man in motion. Fake handoff. And just overthrown, intended target, number 14, Kai Stone.
Yeah, I just don't think Kai Stone was really ready for that pass. I don't know if that was a miscue between him and Terrell at quarterback, because while he was throwing that ball, Stone was not looking at that ball whatsoever. So I don't know if he just wasn't ready for that pass or what happened.
It is now 3rd and 11 for Lewisville. Let's see if they can make something happen or if they'll fall victim to another 3 and out. Fakes the handoff again. Quick screen. Gets a gain of about 6 on the play. Brings the ball to the 30-yard line, but that is not enough for a new first down.
Just trying to go for a quick screen play there. I think Terrell looked at his first option, which might have been something to the left side of the field, but just didn't find anything. So he went to that screen pass and just tried to gain some yardage there. Almost got to the first down marker.
And with time ticking down, only about 1:10 left in this first quarter, Lewisville brings out the punt team, with Flower Mound having Boston Langenfelter back to receive.
Yeah, I think the momentum's going back and forth here after Lewisville got their touchdown.
And it seemed, and it looks like Flower Mound might have touched the ball accidentally. Lewisville thinks they have a touchdown. Flower Mound disagrees.
Yeah, I think that should be a touchdown. It looked to touch the...
And it is a touchdown for Lewisville.
I don't know if they're going to call it a touchdown or they're going to call him down. I think they're just going to call him down. I don't think that's going to be a touchdown, but it did go off that Flower Mound's returner's leg, and Lewisville picked it up. I don't think they're going to call it a touchdown just because they stopped the play. So the Flower Mound return team just didn't have any time to react, so I think they're just going to call him down there at the 26-yard line, looks to be. But definitely a big miscue and definitely a huge momentum shifter.
Great heads-up play by Lewisville's kicking team to regain possession of the ball. And there's a timeout on the play. Lewisville called a timeout with just under a minute left in this first quarter.
I don't think Flower Mound needs to worry any about this drive right now. Their defense, at least, they need to stop them, but I don't think Flower Mound's defense is worrying. They've been playing good all game other than those few big plays they've given up. But I don't think they need to worry. They've shut down the Flower Mound. They've shut down the Lewisville offense pretty well so far, so I think they're just going to try to force them on the field goal.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Now, if you're Lewisville, do you go aggressive and try to get the last-second touchdown, or do you play it safe and just go for the field goal?
I think since you still have second quarter, you can regroup and talk about it. I think they're going to go slow here, just try to gain some yardage. Definitely try to keep going up the field, maybe see some more play action or even option plays, maybe even the RPO like they ran earlier in the first quarter. I don't think you're going to see anything too long down the field since you've got all the time you need right now. I don't think they have too much worry right now. They have all the momentum.
And as the teams make their way back to the field, Lewisville comes out in the I formation. Bit of a low snap and a handoff to number 21. It's a good gain of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, it seemed to be Ellison there for a nice gain. That was a pretty good gain for so far how the running game has been on both sides.
Lewisville at Flower Mound's 19-yard line. Time ticking down, 30 seconds left in this first quarter. This very well could be the last play of the quarter. And another handoff to Ellison. Quick spin move, doesn't get as many yards, but gets just enough for the first down.
Yeah, that running game is definitely coming here for Lewisville. I think they're going to get maybe one more playoff here before the first quarter, trying to get the Flower Mound defense on their toes.
And a screen pass to Armani, just short of the first down of the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play.
It might have been a hold on here on Lewisville on the screenplay.
If it is on Lewisville, this would be a huge momentum killer for them. And as we await the call from the refs, there's only 3 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, I just think Lewisville is trying to get that Flower Mound defense on their toes, kind of go for that quick screen pass, but I do think that Lewisville might have held Flower Mound here, so I think they're going to drop back 10 yards here.
And it was indeed holding on Lewisville's offense. So they will go back 10 yards.
I think they're going to go one more play here, just try to gain some yardage back after that hold, and this go into that quarter and just see what their coach has to say and go from there.
Now, if you're Lewisville here, Brendan, do you think it's end zone or bust for them here?
No, because you still got the you should still have the first down, so it should be 1st and 20, I would assume here, and I just think they're gonna just try to gain some yardage back and just see what happens. I don't think they have any rush right now. They understand what position they're in. They should be able to score no matter what here. They're not going to try to rush and cause a turnover. They're just going to try to gain some yardage and see what happens here at the end of the first quarter.
And it's another quarterback sweep for Terrell. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Score, Farmers 7, Jaguars 7. We'll be right back with you guys after the break.
This broadcast of LSMN is being brought to you by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Come by for our hand-cut steaks, legendary sides, and fresh baked bread. We're open till 11 o'clock, so stop by after the game. Texas Roadhouse. Legendary food, legendary service.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter of this game. Farmers 7, Jaguars 7. As Terrell finds a man downfield at Flower Mound's 5, gets about another 4 yards after the first contact, and Lewisville is going to be at Flower Mound's goal line.
Yeah, right back after the break. Quick little pass, got a solid 7 yards there maybe, and they're right at the 2. You could see a run here, maybe a option play for Terrell.
Now, if Martinez was in here, they would definitely just run it up the gut, but they have to be a bit more creative today. Or not, they could just still run it up the gut. Seems to work just as well.
Yeah, I think he got in there. I'm gonna call it a touchdown. I think they're calling him a down at like the closest it could be to the end zone. Yeah, I think that football is like an inch away from being in. Quarterback sneak. I want to see the quarterback sneak over.
It was a high snap, but Terrell manages to make a play out of it anyway. Lewisville hurries to the line.
What did I say? What did I say? Quarterback sneak. Simple.
And Terrell manages to sneak his way in there for Lewisville's second touchdown of the night. Scores now Farmers 13, Jaguars 7, pending the extra point.
Yeah, just quick score there. They got about like an inch away from the end zone. So all they had to do was that sneak.
And the kick is up. And it is good.
Quick start for Lewisville.
That drive only took about a minute from the Flower Mound 15. Lewisville very quick with that scoring play.
Yeah, capitalizing off turnovers is going to be a key thing in this game. That's exactly what Lewisville just did.
Now, Brendan, if you're Flower Mound, what do you do after that drive off of a muffed punt?
It's kind of, you just got to regroup, got to settle in. You still got plenty of time in this game. You got 11 minutes to go in the second half. Of course, you have the first half, and you got all the time in the second half. They just need to settle in. They're still in this game, still a one-possession game. Could be one quick score, could be one long drive. It's just, you got to settle down. You know you were fine. You had that great scoring drive earlier in the first half, so they know they can do it, and that's what matters right now.
Now, one more quick question. Do you think that Flower Mound should try to score as fast as possible, or do you think they should draw out the clock as long as possible?
I think they're best right now going with the hurry up, as we saw earlier in their scoring drive. If they go that hurry up, they catch the Lewisville defense on their toes. It's been much better as the faster they go, because that Lewisville defense just isn't ready. So I think if they keep the pace up, it'll be better for them.
And Lewisville getting ready to kick off the Flower Mound, as Flower Mound will get their first touch of the second quarter. And a short little squib kick will be caught at the 30 and taken back all the way into Lewisville territory.
I think Lewisville's idea there was just hope that he botched that catch there, just because earlier in the game they've had a few botched, but Flower Mound capitalized and just made some yardage off it. Probably a 20-yard return there.
And Evers still playing. I don't think that Yale Erdman will get very many touches this game.
Yeah, but he did good in the position that he was given in that situation. Definitely coming in the Mound Showdown, not ready to go, and then playing against Hebron. He had some good moments. But I'm sure he's glad to see Nick Evers out there playing.
I'm sure he'll get his chance once Evers graduates this year. And number 19 goes in motion early, goes out of bounds at around the 34, and that's going to get Flower Mound another first down.
Yeah, it's Cade Edlin there, the running back. Just a quick jump out there to the right side of the field and just gain some yardage. Good play by him to create some space for himself.
Flower Mound really does like this I formation as Evers drops back to pass and finds number 26, does not manage to hold on through the contact. Caden Jensen, the target, can't hold on through the contact. Great effort, though.
Yeah, Jensen had the ball there for a second, but just got hit in the back and just couldn't hold on. But good effort him there, but even better job by that Lewisville defense to close up.
And a play action by Evers. He's going to start scrambling out of the pocket. Only gets about a couple yards, though.
Yeah, but good play by him. He saw that Lewisville defense was closing in on him quick, and he just made that good play to run out of the pocket there and gain a solid 2 yards, which is better than probably the 5 yards he would have lost on that play.
It is now 3rd and 6 with 10 minutes to go for Flower Mound.
Watch that quick pass, maybe out right here. I don't think they're going to go deep. I just think they're going to go some small yardage play here to get that first down.
Number 19 and 26 both going in motion. Flower Mound now has 5 wideouts. And right across the middle, almost picked off by number 20 there, Kamarion Jones.
I really don't think Nick Evers saw that. I don't think Nick Evers saw that man at all. or Garcia Johnson. I don't think he saw Johnson whatsoever.
It's now 4th down for Flower Mound, and it looks like Evers is staying on the field. It looks like they might go for this.
Yeah, I think it's just too far for a kick, and then too close for a punt. So they're just going to go for it here.
Flower Mound has 4 wideouts as Evers lines up in shotgun formation. And it looks like it might be the same play as last time, but this time it manages to work. Number 11 with the catch, Beck Anderson.
A little bit of a low throw there by Nick Evers, but Nick Anderson came in and made that good play to make sure that ball did not hit the floor.
Great effort by Anderson there, getting Flower Mound a fresh set of downs as they run it, as they hand it off to Edline. He gets a gain of about 5.
Quick little run there, trying to catch Lewisville off guard like how they have been this whole game. It's been working so far.
Flower Mound answering right back to Lewisville's quick touchdown as Evers goes far back in the backfield and manages to get the pass off, almost picked off by number 18, Jaden Cunnings.
Yeah, but another good athletic play there by Nick Evers. Broke out of a tackle and then just made the best case scenario to get that ball downfield, make sure it wasn't grounding or anything like that. No flag on the play, so just best case scenario.
3rd and 5 here for Flower Mound. They need the 1st down. And it looks like they were trying to get Lewisville's defense to jump off sides there. I don't think that's going to happen here. And a fake handoff to Edline. Evers finds a man in the end zone, but just a bit too high for number 6, Boston Langenfelter.
Yeah, that's just good coverage again by the Lewisville corners. They've been closing up those routes, and Nick Evers just trying to fit the ball in tight places. It just hasn't been working very well.
And it looks like the field goal unit is coming out on the field this time. They're not going to risk it by going for it on 4th down again.
Yeah, this is definitely a position where you just want to get points. You still got plenty of time in the game, so good choice there.
Don't want to leave here empty-handed. Obviously, a field goal isn't what they wanted, but it's better than nothing. And the kick almost blocked there, but it is good. Score is now Farmers 14, Jaguars 10.
Yeah, nonetheless, really good drive for Flower Mound, definitely stapling in that they can get down the field, showing good signs, and I do think they're going to continue to do this as the game goes on.
And just a quick reminder, tonight's broadcast of LSMN is brought to you by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Stop by after the game for their legendary food, legendary service.
This game looks like it might be a little bit of a high-scoring shootout type game, but it's going to be close as this night goes on.
In these types of games, it's not about who makes the most right plays, but it's about the person who makes the last wrong play.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens here. This is definitely a lot closer than last year, so fun to see a good competitive game here against 2 really good schools.
And like we said in the pregame show, Flower Mound needs this win and every subsequent win if they want to have a chance at playoffs this year.
Yeah, they need the win to stay in the playoffs, and Lewisville needs the win to staple themselves as a true contender in this division.
And as Flower Mound gets ready to kick off with just under 9 minutes left in this 2nd quarter. Now, do you think they'll go for a squib kick, or do you think they'll do what they keep doing, just kick it into the end zone?
I didn't think they were going to give any chance for Lewisville to get this kick, but this one does seem to be a little shorter.
Lewisville fields it at the 5, gets it back to the 25.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of the night that Flower Mound's going to let any chance for Lewisville to get those returns off.
Just as good as a touchback there. Lewisville will start their drive off at the 25-yard line.
Just think they're going to keep doing what they're doing, maybe some quick runs, but also those long passes, trying to open up that field between those corners, linebackers and safeties, of course, because that's usually been working so far. They go those quick passes, quick runs, and then those long passes downfield.
Lewisville sticking with that shotgun formation with a handoff and a gain of about 8.
Another good run.
It's now 2nd and 2 for Lewisville, as they start this drive off strong. And number 23, Xavier Lewis, slow to get off the field, seems to be limping on the sideline.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. That's their second running back option. Him and Ellison have been sharing the load so far in the running game as Martinez is out. So hopefully he's good. Lewisville is going to need him in this game.
And a play action screen intended for Winfield is dropped and goes nowhere. It brings up 3rd and short.
Yeah, just a good play there by the Flower Mound defense to get that, maybe a little bit of that tip pass, but if not that, he definitely got in the face there. The receiver definitely cutting out that view.
Lewisville coming out in the I formation. Might try to run it up the gut here.
I think they're bringing it stone to block maybe a little here, but I think Lewisville just took a timeout. I think the coaches didn't like what was happening on the field, so they're going to regroup here and rethink the situation, because this is a big 3rd down here.
And there is a timeout called by the Farmers. Each team now only has 2 timeouts left in the half. Now, Brendan, do you see this kind of back and forth scoring going on throughout the rest of the game, or do you think it'll slow down or speed up?
I think that the scoring is going to stay steady, but it will stay competitive throughout no matter what. I think this game is definitely 2 very solid teams coming into this game. Regardless of the record, Flower Mound is a good team. They had a few miscues, just led to those losses, but both teams are very good. So I think it's going to stay competitive. I don't think any team's going to pull away anytime soon. I just think it's going to stay competitive.
Well said. And as both teams make their way back onto the field, we get ready for this 3rd and short.
Might see a little option play here with Terrell. It's been working so far.
And it's another quarterback sweep, and Terrell just barely gets past the 1st down marker, giving Lewisville a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they like to go to Terrell with either those quick quarterback runs or just run that option play. But it seems to be working so far. He's getting solid yards.
And we can see now Lewis on the Lewisville medical table getting his leg checked out. And a play action by Terrell, just barely dropped by tight end number 82.
Yeah, he was open there, just again with those hands, just a few botched drops, a lot on both sides of the field today. There's just been not a lot of clean catches so far in the game. But it's 2nd and 10. Lewisville's got plenty of time to regroup on this drive.
Pass was intended for Lucas Sanders. And another play action pass, this time caught by number 5, Brent Allen. And that will give Lewisville another set of downs.
Yeah, it looked like the same exact play as last drive, but this time it was Allen with the catch.
And Lewisville sticking with the hurry-up offense, passes it off to Winfield, who gets them another 1st down. And Lewisville is just marching their way down the field right now.
Quick screenplay, really catching Flower Mound on their heels. Got a solid gain.
7.5 minutes left in the 1st half. as Lewisville is now in Flower Mound territory. Lewis still getting checked out for that leg. And another handoff. And he might go all the way. He's at the 10-5, and that is another touchdown for Lewisville.
Yeah, Ellison there with the long touchdown run, just found a gap in his O-line, ran through it, had some open space, but then broke a solid few tackles, maybe 4 broken tackles there on that play.
And that is now back-to-back scoring drives for Lewisville's offense.
Yeah, they're playing really well, and that one's on the run, because this game has been pass dominated. That's going to be huge for Lewisville in this game if they can get the run game going.
Score is now Farmers 20, Jaguars 10, pending the extra point. A fumbled snap. And they are going to get wrapped up behind the line. No extra points this time for Lewisville.
I don't know if that was a designed play or that was a like a botched.
It looked to
snap.
It looked to me like it was an improvised play after a bad snap.
Yeah, bad snap, and then the kicker just ran out to the left there, tried to find some space, but of course Flower Mound closed it up.
It's now a 10-point game. Farmers up by 2 possessions now. Flower Mound really needs to find a way to score quick. That scoring drive lasted only 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Quick offense again on both sides. Both offenses, their scoring drives has been relatively quick. I think if they just keep that quick, it's going to keep going. I don't think either defenses are adapted to that quick offense.
And now Flower Mound desperately needing a scoring drive here if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think if they just get down the field, keep playing the way they are, they should be fine. They've had some good drives. They just haven't been able to find the end zone, of course, on that last drive. They just need to be better in the red zone and just keep playing their game, because it's not like it's been going wrong. They just couldn't get in the end zone that last drive. So they have created a little bit of a gap between them and their opponent.
Now, do you think Lewisville is going for a squib kick again this time, or do you think they learned the lesson?
I think they learned their lesson after the last one, after he got up all the way to the 40, their own 48. So I think he's just going to kick it deep this time. Knowing the luck of announcers, it's probably going to be a squib, but we'll see.
We'll see. You can see Flower Mound expecting a squib this time. But it is another deep kick that will go out of the end zone. Flower Mound will get the ball at their own 25-yard line to start the drive.
It's probably just going to be the same thing it has always been, maybe those quick runs and then those quick play action passes. Both offenses seem to be doing the same thing, just I think Lewisville has just done it a little bit better so far. But do keep in mind that Lewisville received the first half kickoff. So Flower Mound will get the ball to start the second half. So if they do score and then come back in the second half and score, they will have the lead. If they can just drain the clock here with 7 minutes remaining.
And Xavier Lewis still getting checked out on that injury table. Wonder what's going on with him. As Flower Mound has 5 wideouts, Evers drops back to pass, finds an open hole in the defense, and he's going to go for a big gain, but fumbles at the very end. And Lewisville recovers the fumble by Evers, but there is now a flag on the play. A very late flag, too.
I think it might be a flag on the Lewisville's coaches here, but I'm not sure. But it will. I think that Lewisville does get this ball for sure. I don't think Evers was down, so it was a good strip tackle there. I think Evers should have went down a little earlier and just taken the yardage he had and should have just calmed down there and just went down. But Lewisville made that quick play to stay on the ball, get that strip tackle, and then pick it up and try to get some more yardage.
You can see number 20, Kamarian Jones, obviously distraught. The coach talking to him, trying to calm him down. I believe the penalty was on him. Either way, the ball is at the 50-yard line. Evers with about a 5-yard gain on that play if it stands. And it looks like Lewisville did in fact recover the fumble. No idea what that flag was about. And it looks like there were penalties on both teams, so they will counteract each other. So Lewisville will get the ball at the 50-yard line after the Flower Mound fumble.
Yeah, that's definitely the last thing that Flower Mound wanted after that big yardage play, just a fumbleable ball there. But now Lewisville has all the momentum right now. As I think they just ejected a player, but I'm not sure who. But it will be a penalty on Lewisville as they will drop back. I think it's a second foul there of
Kamarian Jones seems to be ejected as he is visibly upset. His helmet off. He hands his helmet to his coach as he walks off into the locker room. We will not be seeing any more of him tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a big player on defense too for Lewisville. He's come up big 2 times now.
And Terrell, another quarterback sweep, only gets about 3 yards on the play there. And the Lewisville coach is now talking down Jones. He's obviously quite upset about the way things are turning out for him tonight.
Yeah, he's having a good game so far, so I don't think he wants to come out of that one. He's just upset at the call, and they're just trying to settle him down.
Lewisville hands off once again. Ellison finding his way for those few extra yards is now 3rd and 3.
This is going to be a big play here for Lewisville. See what they want to do off that turnover. This would be a big drive if they can score here off another turnover by Flower Mound, because that would be their 2nd score off a turnover so far in this first half.
And it does not look like Lewis will be returning for this game as he's still on the injury table. As Lewisville pitches it to their running back, just barely getting the first down there.
Yeah, big first down for Lewisville. So far, the story, turnovers have been the moral of the story of this game so far. If Lewisville can score here, as I said, this would be their 2nd score off a turnover.
Of course, their last score off a turnover was much closer to the end zone.
It's going to take a lot more work on this drive to get down the field.
Terrell drops back to pass. Finds a man way downfield. Amari Winfield drops the pass. That would have been their 3rd or 4th touchdown of the night if he could have just held on to that ball.
Yeah, he was open. He had plenty of space right on cue there by Terrell. I think he was just thinking too much about the end zone and not looking at the ball. But another long pass play, and these Lewisville receivers seem to be getting by Flower Mound very easily downfield. Wonder if Lewisville's going to catch on to that and keep going downfield.
And Amari Winfield obviously upset with himself about dropping that catch. As Lewisville is in the shotgun formation again, it's another QB sweep to Terrell. Gets a good chunk of yardage, about 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, Terrell just waited for some blocks there, just held on to the ball and just found a hole in his O-line and just went up there. Try to gain some yards back, make this more of a manageable 3rd down.
And that play will bring up 3rd and 5. Flower Mound's defense doing a bit better than last time, keeping Lewisville's offense in check, but still not able to stop them just yet.
Another huge 3rd down here for Lewisville.
It's another keeper for Terrell, looking to pass, and he gets swallowed up behind the line, bringing them back to the original line of scrimmage. This will bring up 4th and 10, and most likely the punt unit as well.
Yeah, I think that Terrell was just looking downfield for Stone. He tried to find him open, but Flower Mound did a good job on coverage and just good on the D-line, too, to close up on Terrell.
And of course, as soon as I say Flower Mound's not doing a good job of stopping them, they go ahead and get a big stop on 3rd down, bringing out the punting unit.
Terrell tried to make something happen with those fake passes, but did not work out.
And another high and short kick from Lewisville's punter. But
that takes the beauty of a roll.
A wonderful bounce will pit Flower Mound inside their own 10.
Yeah, it seems to be at the 7-yard line. That was so much for the high kick there. I think that's probably why they do it, just try to get that roll. Interesting to see how Flower Mound reacts this deep in their end zone.
And Xavier Lewis still on the medical table. Obviously upset that he probably won't be getting any more touches tonight, but staying out on the field to support his teammates. As Flower Mound gets set for this drive, only 4:15 left in this first half. They run it, and they get stopped at the line.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get out of their own end zone, trying to create some space. But now I think they're probably going to have to go for the pass.
I can't imagine Flower Mound tries to run it much more, as the running game has not been working quite well for them here.
Yeah, they don't utilize the run as much. They're definitely a pass-heavy offense with Nick Evers at the helm. You know he's a good quarterback, so they're definitely pass rate first before they go to the run. They really just use that run to set up the pass.
And a quick screen pass. Wide open. Easily gets the first down. Number 19, Cade Edline, with a huge game for Flower Mound.
Yeah, that's just that little dump off again that they did earlier in the game. It was the same result. Lewisville just has not adapted to it.
Let's see how Flower Mound follows up that first down. But there is a timeout called. Looks like the refs called a timeout to fix the game clock.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're just trying to add some seconds onto the clock there.
3 minutes and 25 seconds, the new time on the clock, as they now let the game continue. And a quick pitch from Evers to Edline. Gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage for about a loss of 2.
Yeah, that run game again, just Edline just not able to find the edge there. Just hasn't really found much space so far in this game. Lewisville's been doing a great job shutting down the run.
Evers looking to the sideline for the play call. As the clock continues ticking down, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Flower Mound needs to make something happen if they want to have a chance coming back in this game. As Evers fakes the handoff, gets swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Elijah Brooks there just did the little swim move there and just shut down Nick Evers, close that space. I'm going to assume here Flower Mound is just going to go for a quick run, maybe just give the ball back to the Farmers. Just a long 3rd down here.
But at the same time, Flower Mound really does need to score here, as they are down 2 possessions.
It'll be interesting to see if they're going to try to risk it here.
As Flower Mound comes out in the pistol formation. And they are going to pass it. Evers looks deep. Almost picked off by number 2, Cameron Jenkins.
Yeah, just another risky pass there by Evers. He was just trying to make something happen, but he wasn't reading the defense the way he should have. Just good close down.
And with that incompletion on 3rd down, Flower Mound will bring out the punting team and give it back to Lewisville.
Rush for a little bit of a rush here by Lewisville to try to get to the punters, expecting how close he is to the end zone.
The punt almost blocked by Lewisville. As the punt is muffed, and Flower Mound recovers it.
That is like the third month punt so far in this game, and Lewisville is pumped to have the ball back. They just gained about 40 yards there on that punt, and now they're going to have a minute 51 to make something happen with 2 timeouts still to use.
Flower Mound sideline is static right now.
Yeah, that is a big play. This, again, moral of the story is turnover so far, and Flower Mound has their first chance this game to make something happen off one.
As Evers comes back onto the field, it looks like they are bringing out the 4 wideout scheme. It looks like they're going for end zone or bust on this drive.
Yeah, definitely trying to get downfield. They're obviously nowhere close to field goal yet, so they're going to definitely trying to stay calm and reach downfield.
Evers in the shotgun, waiting for the snap. Evers rolls out to his right and just throws that ball out of bounds. Didn't like what he saw and just got rid of it.
Yeah, good smart play there. You got to understand the situation. They need points, can't risk another turnover.
Evers now joined by Edline in the backfield. Sticking with that 4 wideout scheme. Can only assume they're going play action here. Try to keep Lewisville on their toes. Hopefully get an open man downfield. As Edline goes in motion. Just short of the intended receiver there. Number 4, Grant Satterfield, the intended receiver.
Yeah, just another low pass there by Evers. He seems to be just a little off today with his pass accuracy, but hopefully in the second half he can just recover from that.
Well, you do have to give him a bit of credit, though. This is his first game in about a week.
Yeah, I'm quite amazed that he's even playing in this game, definitely coming off that concussion and the wrist injury he's had earlier in the season.
Flower Mound sticking with the 4 wideouts, but now joined by tight end. And Flower Mound now fumbles, but recovers. And that will bring up 4th down, so Flower Mound not able to convert on that muffed punt recovery.
Yeah, just not what you want to see, because now you're giving the ball back to the Farmers with a minute 30 and still have 2 timeouts. See if Lewisville can execute the 2-minute drive.
Time ticking down, only a minute 20 left in this half. If Lewisville can make something happen, they need to do it quick.
Yeah, I think they're just going to use their timeouts maybe on the drive down the field, or maybe they just run the clock out and go to the halftime.
And a high snap goes all the way back to Flower Mound's 20. And Lewisville recovers it.
Oh my goodness. Another turnover.
And another recovery by Lewisville. This time, a botched snap goes way back to Flower Mound's 15-yard line.
Yeah, that same thing happened last year. They had a few botched punts. Same thing with their long snapper just going over the head of the punter.
And now Lewisville in the same position as the first turnover they received.
See if they can execute on this one. They have a minute left and they still got 2 timeouts.
And a handoff to number 21, Ellison. Doesn't go very far, only about a gain of 1.
Yeah, I think Elson should have cut inside there on that last quick move instead of going out to the right. Maybe try to find a gap there. But I think they're going to try to set up that run and go to a play action pass.
.30 seconds left in this second half. Lewisville not calling a timeout. And a bobbled pass almost caught by the Lewisville offense there. Number 14 was the intended receiver, Kai Stone.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, but the clock has stopped. depending on what they get here, that could decide if they go for it on fourth down.
At this point in the half, with this little time remaining, I can't see them not going for it on fourth down.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for a point. They're going to try to get the most points they can here. But they do have those timeouts. They might try to save one, maybe go for that kick, but I think they're going to lean towards the touchdown more here.
Terrell drops back to pass. Almost gets stopped by the Flower Mound defense. Gets the pass off to the running back.
Yeah, and a quick timeout there by the Lewisville coaches. They got 20 seconds left and one timeout still to use. They're about, I'd say, a yard short of the first down.
Make that a couple yards. 3rd and 2 now.
That brings up 4th down and 1, and it's decision time.
Now 4th and 1 here. Lewisville deciding whether or not to go for it. I can't imagine they won't.
Yeah, I think since they got those players on the field right now, they're going to go for it. They're definitely going to try to see what happens here. They only got 1 yard to gain. They still got a timeout to blow. They also could go out of bounds, stop the clock.
Now if Lewisville gets another touchdown here, Flower Mound is really going to have to work if they want to be able to come back in this game.
I think they're going to go maybe for a quick run and then set up maybe the hurry up and then go for another quick pass, since you'll be close to the end zone there. And then if that pass doesn't get caught, you still got the completion, which will stop the clock. And if it does get caught and you're not in the end zone, you still can use that last time out either to set up the kick or go for a touchdown. But it does seem that they are going to bring out the kicking team.
Yeah, they are going to be playing it safe here. Don't want to risk leaving here empty-handed.
So you might see another trick play as they had earlier. And they are setting up. Maybe they're going to try to fake this sneak here.
My guess, they might try to get Flower Mound to jump off sides here.
I think.
And a timeout called.
On Lewisville's side. They're going to use their last timeout. I think that was just to make them jump, maybe try to get another first down, but I think they're just going to ultimately go for the kick. Yeah, they're just going to take their points most likely.
That does seem to be what's going on here as the field goal team comes out on the field once again. 20 seconds remain in the first half. Flower Mound will have some time to make something happen. But my guess is they'll probably just kneel in and try to take this into the second half. And the kick is up. And it is good. Score is now Farmers 23, Jaguars 10, as there is 15 seconds left in this first half.
Another points off turnovers again. That is the story so far, has been turnovers. And so far, Lewisville has been the one contributing points to the scoreboard for that.
Now, Brendan, if you're a Flower Mound, do you go aggressive and try to get one last score in before the half, or do you think they'll just kneel it?
I think they're just going to kneel it since they're going to receive the second half kickoff. It's going to be the same thing. You're just going to have more time and fresh legs, all that. So I think they're just going to kneel it, end this half, go in this half down 13, and try to come back.
Sounds right. Sounds about right to me. And as we wait for the kick, we'd just like to remind everyone watching from home that this broadcast of LSMN is sponsored by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Make sure you stop by after the game, as they do close at 11 for their legendary food and their fresh baked bread.
Yes, we love that bread.
Love it. And as Lewisville gets ready to kick off, Flower Mound ready to receive. This ball is going to go out of the end zone once again. Flower Mound will get the ball at their own 25-yard line once again to start this drive. 15 seconds remaining. Jaguars still have 2 touchdowns left to make something happen.
Just looks like they're going to possibly kneel this one out.
Yeah, that is what this offense is looking like. And they do kneel the ball, and that will do it for the first half. As time ticks down, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that will do it for the first half. We will see you after the break.
This broadcast of LSMN is being brought to you by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Come by for our hand-cut steaks, legendary sides, and fresh baked bread. We're open till 11 o'clock, so stop by after the game. Texas Roadhouse, legendary food, legendary service.
Once again, I'm Brody Lewis alongside my co-host Brendan Selke. And right now we're going to bring you guys the halftime stats report.
Yeah, so far for Lewisville this game, they've been great managing the ball. They've been really good. They've only had that one muffed punt that led to a turnover. Luckily, they played some good defense there, definitely shut down the Jaguars, but they've only had that one turnover so far, and that's really showing on the scoreboard.
Flower Mound, on the other hand, has had 4 turnovers, 2 of them being fumbles from quarterback. 2 of them coming from quarterback Nick Evers, fumbling the ball in critical situations. The other 2 coming, one from a high punt snap, going all the way back to Flower Mound's 15-yard line, and the other from a muffed punt, also from Flower Mound. All of which Lewisville has managed to convert at least some amount of points on, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal. So we'll be keeping an eye out to see how much that continues throughout this second half.
Yeah, even with that turnover margin, they've definitely Flower Mound still got a chance to come back in this game.
Now look, I can only assume Nick Evers is going to continue playing throughout this second half, but it would be interesting to see if they switch it up and put Yale Erdman in there.
Yeah, definitely after a strong showing the past 2 games, I wouldn't be surprised if they just switch it up, trying to keep Lewisville off guard, but mainly go with Nick Evers, just trying to. I think they're fine. I think they're only down 13. That's only 2 scores. You got plenty of time. You get this touchdown right off the half, maybe make a big stop, and you'd be right back in this game.
And that's right. Flower Mound is receiving the ball during this second half kickoff as they run out onto the field. And here comes Lewisville running out onto the field. And we would just like to take this time to remind you that this broadcast is being brought to you by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. We would also like to take this time to thank all the crew from AV Production 1, 2, Digital Sports Media, and Practicum over at Tech East and West. Now, like we said, Flower Mound is receiving the ball this kickoff. Now, do you think they'll come out loud and proud, or do you think they'll take their time, just try to run off some seconds on the clock?
Loud and proud, as you said. I just think they worked best in that first half when they were going quick, and they moved the ball much better when they were just fast-paced and kept it going. When they slowed down, they just seemed to make more mental errors, which is odd, but them going quicker, I guess, just worked better for them. But I wouldn't be surprised if they change up a little things, maybe go quick one play, but then slow it down a little the next. But I would definitely look to see more play action from Nick Evers, maybe a little bit more run so that play action opens up some more field.
Completely agree. And same with Lewisville. I can only assume that they're going to keep going with the run and gun offense, seeing as how well it's worked for them.
Yeah, those little quarterback sneaks they like to incorporate into their offense have really helped open up those middle linebackers, because those middle linebackers have to worry about pushing in on that quarterback or that running back in any case, so they might not be able to cover the middle of the field. And that's really what's been affecting the Flower Mound defense so far in this game. And
right now, it looks like Caden Jenkins is limping off the field. It looks like he might have injured his leg on the run out there. So that's definitely not a good thing for Lewisville's offense. He's been a key weapon this night. Looks like it might just be a muscle cramp, though they are massaging it. As Lewisville kicks off, this ball is going to go out into the end zone. It will be a touchback, and Flower Mound will get their ball at the 25.
No, I think one of the reasons that Flower Mound didn't get as many points that first half as did Lewisville, just Nick Evers seemed a little bit off coming into that. He had to regroup from his past injury, and then of course missing that last game. So hopefully he comes back, regroups himself, and has a great second half, as we know he can play.
Yeah, I can only assume he's got that those first half jitters out, and he's ready to sling this ball as far as his arm will allow him.
As you say that, I wouldn't be surprised if they do go deep on the first play here. Of course
Nope.
They don't,
They simply hand it off for a good gain of about 6. Number 26 with the carry there.
Of course, setting up quick like they have been all night. Not really taking some time to go in the huddle. Just quick plays. Just a quick pass block there. Nick Evers just went maybe just a little too quick. Didn't maybe not read the defense as well, and just didn't see Billy Samford there in the middle of the field.
And Lewisville definitely thinks they should have had that touchdown, but unfortunately for them, it was called dead at the spot. Evers alone in the backfield now as he sends Edline into motion, tries to find a way out, and gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about a yard. And this is going to bring up 4th and long.
Definitely not what you want to see, but I really do think that Nick Evers had some more time in the pocket there. He kind of just maybe just ran out a little too quick, but good pursuit by that Lewisville D-line like they've been doing all night to get to Nick Evers and not let him make another amazing play running out of the field.
And Lewisville's defense getting another quick 3 and out on the Flower Mound offense. And it looks like there is a false start on the Flower Mound line. So this is going to bring it back another 5 yards. 4th and 10 now.
Just saying, if they do mess up that snap again like they did earlier, this one probably will go out of the end zone now that it's just a tad bit closer. Also just opens up some more field for Lewisville returner.
And a great punt by Tubbs. And a good bounce.
They let it roll back there.
That ball will be placed at the 29-yard line.
I think they lost just a couple yards there if they just tapped it where I think it just rolled back and maybe just lost a couple yards. Not that big of a deal, though.
Now, I don't know about you, but I'm quite excited to see how Lewisville comes out of the half.
Yeah, they definitely have had most of the momentum this game. They've kept the pace going, and they've been great. So they're just going to keep the way they've been going all night, which is that run-pass option they've used, the quick option runs, even the quarterback sneaks sometimes, and then just going downfield randomly. It's just been a great compilation of some offenses.
And a fumbled snap by Terrell is going to lose them a good chunk of yards.
I love that we talk about them coming out of the half amazing, and then that's their first play. But luckily they recovered, so.
Terrell able to recover, but does lose a good chunk of yards. It is now 2nd down and about 15.
Yeah, so both these teams coming out of the gates just a little slow here in the second half.
Armani Winfield in motion. Terrell fakes the handoff, gets it to Winfield, and he's going to go for a good chunk of yards down to the 40 and goes out at about the 47, the 48.
Most of that play there is by Winfield, but there's some great blocks upfield by Kai Stone, a receiver just laying out those blocks, giving some open yardage.
Hurries back to the line. Quick pitch from Terrell. Could get them another good chunk of yardage. About 6 yards on the play there will bring up 2nd and short.
And another good run there by Elson, who has been taking over all the snaps since Lewis has left the game.
And now number 5, Brent Allen, seems to be injured as he limps to the sideline.
That's another key player there. They cannot afford to lose.
Hopefully he's okay. As my partner said, he is a very important player for this Lewisville offense. As Lewisville lines up for 2nd and 6. Another handoff to Ellison will get them the first down and then some.
Yeah, if this run game just continues to go where it is, Lewisville can take control of this game. Not only are they burning some clock and they're going still with a quick pace, but they're going to start to open up the middle of the field here as the middle linebackers are going to be forced to come in on these runs instead of staying back and being wary of the pass.
Both teams didn't have too much luck with the run game last half, but so far the run game seems to really be working out for Lewisville. Lewisville in the pistol formation. Another handoff to Ellison will get them another fresh set of downs.
Yeah, those offensive linemen are creating some big holes here for Lewisville. It's really working out so far. They've had some great yardage here to start that second half.
Ellison gets the Farmers to the Flower Mound 32. And as this drive continues, I can only expect them to keep running the ball until it stops working for them. As Lewisville lines up in the I formation, they do hand it off again to Ellison, and he picks up a gain of about 4 there.
Yet again, just another solid run. This is gonna, hopefully, I think they're just gonna keep pounding it until it doesn't work and then probably just go for a throw because it's gonna open up that field.
Lewisville once again in the pistol formation. Fakes the handoff with a quick play action. Number 24, and I believe that is going to be pass interference on the Flower Mound defense.
Yeah, I believe so too. He seemed to be maybe holding on to the back of the jersey there on Brett Allen, the wide receiver.
Number 24 is all over Allen there.
Yeah, it was just a quick RPO play there by Lewisville, trying to find that open slant. And I just think that maybe that safety there for Flower Mound just held on.
And it is pass interference on Flower Mound's defense as Lewisville gets the ball at the spot of the foul and a fresh set of downs. Flower Mound's defense just not able to stop the onslaught of ground attacks from Lewisville's offense.
Yeah, Lewisville's been taking their time more this half so far as they've been running the ball more.
And as you say that, there's another handoff to Ellison as he gets another big chunk of yards on that run.
Yeah, great spin off that tackle on the first attempt to take him down. Just this running game is just pounding there. I assume they're not going to stop it until they get stopped maybe 2 times in a row. Because this is just working very well for this Lewisville offense as they're taking time off the clock and they're just driving down the field.
About a 9-yard gain on that play will bring up 2nd and 1 for the Lewisville Farmers.
You might see an end zone shot here, assuming that you're basically just a quarterback sneak away from the first down. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a touchdown here.
Right, I think a play action play here is the right call, and that is the call as Winfield is in the end zone but can't hang on to the ball, throwing it into double coverage.
Yeah, just threw it a little bit behind the wide receiver there, and he just wasn't ready for it. But it was a good quick play there. I would assume they're just going to go for the little quick run there to get that first down here. There is a flag on the play.
And it looks like the Lewisville defense is starting to head back. As the play stands right now, it is 3rd and short. But Lewisville does seem to be moving backwards, so I can only assume that 3rd and short is about to turn into a 3rd and long. And there is a penalty on Lewisville. Not quite sure what it is, but they are moving back. So that 3rd and short has now turned into a 3rd and 15. Now I doubt that they'll run it here, as they probably want to get the first down, but the running game has worked so well so far that
If you do see the run, it most likely will maybe just trying to get closer so the field goal unit can come out there and have an easier chip shot. But you might also see, since this is the beginning of the half, they have a solid lead, they might even take a shot at the end zone.
looks to be some confusion on the field between the players.
Yeah, I think the refs are having a discussion about maybe the last penalty they just called.
The refs are discussing the penalty. Hopefully we'll get some word on what it is, as they seem to have made their decision.
I think that the official judge might have said 4th down on that first call, and they just had to regroup and make sure they knew it was 3rd down, because I think he had his fist up the first call.
I did see that, and it looks like it is still 3rd and long. As Lewisville finally makes their way to the line. Terrell.
They do go for the pass. You might see Keystone here on the right. He is free.
Terrell looks for a man to. Oh!
That should be pass
That
interference.
should definitely
on
be
the
pass
offense.
interference.
I wouldn't be. There should be a flag there. He kind of just pulled him down on the play there. That should be pass interference and backed him up even more. But I don't think the ref is going to call it, as he did tug down his collar. But I'm not sure that the ref is going to call it there, and they're just going to keep it there at the spot. But that will be 4th down and 16 for Lewisville.
And you could see number 16, Colin Miller, talking to the official there, trying to get a flag drawn, but the official just was not budging there. As the punt team for Lewisville, no, the field goal team, they're going to try for a field goal here. And that kick is no good. So the Flower Mound Jaguars managed to get a stop on the Lewisville offense.
Yeah, that flag didn't seem to really matter, as the kick really wasn't up in the air much. It was basically just a line drive, and he just missed left. So, but that is a big stop for the Jaguars, as you just said, especially coming off that first 3 and out. Now they have another chance to come out here and prove themselves here in the second half, try to get it closer.
Now, last time the Flower Mound offense was out here, they had a quick 3 and out stop. So let's see if they can come back and make something happen this drive. As number 26 is sent in motion. Evers fakes the handoff, finds 26, but he gets wrapped up quickly at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you see that play ran a lot in a lot of offenses, even in college and the NFL. It's kind of just a quick yardage play out to the tight end. He fakes the block. He sets up that block for a little bit, and then he just runs out of the side. Just a quick yardage play to get your offense going.
That play will bring up 2nd and 9 for the Flower Mound Jaguars. Evers fakes the handoff again, finds Jensen wide open all alone again, and Jensen fights his way for the first down and gets it.
Yeah, there's that quick screen play, again, that has been working all night for them. It's those quick screens that the back just runs out to the right or the left and just finds open space.
Evers fakes the handoff again, and that might be clipping on number 19, but I don't see a flag down for it.
Basically just the same play there. It was just not set up with another receiver to block. Just again outside, another good yardage play for Flower Mound.
Evers alone in the backfield, drops back to pass, and finds number 19 all alone and just short of the first down there. Cade Edline with the reception will bring up 3rd and 2.
They're trying to go to the quick passes, try to keep Lewisville on their toes.
Flower Mound really does seem to be favoring those screen passes. And right now it seems to be working for him. As Evers lines up all alone in the backfield. Rolls out to his right and finds number 15 all alone, fighting for extra yards, will get down at the Lewisville 35.
Yeah, I think that took about 7 Lewisville players to get that receiver down there for Flower Mound. Just great strength and good player there to keep fighting.
Walker Mulkey with the reception will give Flower Mound a new set of downs to play with. And another quick snap by Evers. Drops back to pass, can't find an open man. Finds number 4, wide open on the sideline. He gets tripped up down at the Lewisville 15.
That was basically that same play they had that touchdown on earlier where Evers kind of just rolled out and that receiver was able to go downfield and find some open space. Just this time that wide receiver just stumbled downfield.
Grant Satterfield with the reception there. As Flower Mound will just hand it off to get a small handful of downs, yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 4. Evers in the backfield with Cade Edline. 4 wideouts lined up. Looking to the sideline for a play call. At this point, every drive should be end zone or bust for Flower Mound.
Yeah, this is a big drive here. They're close to the end zone. Last time they were here, they were not able to get that red zone touchdown.
And another screen to Edline. Only gets a couple yards. And this will bring up 3rd and about 2.
I'd assume that this is 4th down territory for Flower Mound here, as they are down 13, closing in on the end of the 3rd quarter. So I assume they have two downs to work with here.
Evers finds his man in the end zone, and it is dropped by Walker Mulkey in the end zone. He had it in his hands. He just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, that low throw there, he just couldn't grasp at a catch, but he was open, as they are still out on the field here for Flower Mound.
Yeah, like you said, this is 4 down territory at this point. There's only 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Flower Mound needs every possession they can get.
This is a big down here for Flower Mound.
Now they do still have an opportunity to get a 1st down, but I think they're looking for the end zone here. And you can hear Lewisville fans.
Watch that run out to the deadline.
Deadline in motion. Evers rolling out. He's going to get to the end zone and more. And that is a touchdown for Nick Evers. Fighting his way into the end zone, trucks a Lewisville defender.
That probably makes up for the 2 fumbles he had earlier in the first half there, as he does find the end zone. And this will put Flower Mound in 1 possession reach of Lewisville in this game.
The score is 23-16 pending the extra point here.
This really is a big extra point.
Snap. Kick is up, almost blocked, but it is good. Farmers 23, Jaguars 17. Flower Mound can now tie the game with just a touchdown and take the lead with the extra point.
Yeah, that was a great drive there by Flower Mound. Just drove down the field, didn't really rush themselves. They took their time, got those short passes, then found those big yardage plays when they came to them. And they just stayed calm, which is what they need to do here in the second half.
And they took off quite a bit of time in the process. There is now only 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Now, the real test here is if Flower Mound can finally get a quick stop on this Lewisville offense that they've been struggling so hard to do with tonight.
Yeah, if they can just make this stop, force a turnover, do something that just limits the amount of things that the offense can do, this game will turn around for Flower Mound. Even a field goal in this case for Flower Mound with their next drive would be big, because you still got so much time on the clock. You still got all your timeouts. Lewisville's not going to be able to drive out the clock in 2 drives. So I just think that Flower Mound's defense needs to understand that it is a big time for them, and they need to shut down this Lewisville offense.
Now, do you think they'll switch up their defensive scheme a little bit? Or do you think they'll just try to keep doing what they've been doing?
After the last drive, I think they're just going to try to stick with what they're doing. I don't think they're going to try to change anything they have been doing, because it hasn't been terrible all night. They have forced Lewisville to some field goals. They have forced Lewisville to some turnovers. They just need to stay wary of the situation and not let those big yardage plays, because that has been the one thing that has affected this game the most.
And the kick is up. And Lewisville is just going to let this one go into the end zone for a touchback. So Lewisville will start their drive at their own 25. They will try to drive 75 yards for another touchdown.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kept the runs going. They're just going to keep the runs, keep that clock moving, and then go for those surprise passes every once in a while. Just like they almost had a couple times in that first half, and then a couple times here in the second half.
Now you got to think Lewisville is getting a little bit nervous about this Flower Mound offense. They've been fighting back quite a bit, and it's now only a one-possession game.
Yeah, that Flower Mound offense has just got better every drive they've had. So this is probably a must score for Lewisville. If they don't come here and get a score, I would assume that Flower Mound's offense will have ease going down the field and probably take the lead.
And Terrell fakes the handoff on that one to keep it for himself as he throws another quick screen and almost gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. But Winfield manages to stiff arm his defender and get just a few yards on that one, which will bring up 3rd and about 5.
This is a big third down here for Lewisville. You can't go forward in this deep in your own field, so you're really going to have to make this third down work. Can't give the ball back to Flower Mound this early.
Just over 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Let's see if Flower Mound can make a big stop here. And Terrell manages to find his open receiver just barely past the first down marker, and that will give Lewisville a fresh set of downs.
That's a big first down there. Really big first down for Lewisville.
Flower Mound almost had one of their very few 3-and-outs of the night. But Terrell manages to find his open man and gets the Farmers a fresh set of downs to play with.
Won't be surprised if this is just the first down run here for Lewisville.
And it is. Ellison getting a lot of work in tonight. But he keeps producing for the Farmers as he gets a gain of about 5 there.
Yeah, just another solid run like they have been most of the second half. They've found some space in the run game, so if they just keep that going, they're going to run the clock out, and they're going to get downfield with ease.
Lewisville in the pistol formation. Can only assume they're going to keep running the ball. And they do. Ellison wide open. Gets the first down and then some. Gain of about 13 on the play there.
Yeah, that's just some open field. He's finding his holes. He's going out wide when he can't find a hole with the O-line. He just makes things happen, and that's what you need to do as a good running back. You can't always rely on your O-line, so sometimes you just got to find holes on the outside and just make stuff happen.
But now it looks like the Farmers are going back.
It seems to be a holding call. So that's going to be most likely a second and
quite a bit. It looks like 2nd and 12 now.
Yeah, that's a big momentum killer here for Lewisville. They're going to have to gain some huge yardage here to make sure they don't give that ball back to Flower Mound.
And Flower Mound really has been relying on lucky penalties from the Lewisville offense, and I don't think they can do that much longer, considering how this game is going.
Yeah, most of the penalties that they're really relying on those penalties, because most of the time when Lewisville can't get down the field, it's because of those penalties.
Fakes the snap and gets it to Winfield. He's wide open. 2 men to beat. It's a foot race. He's at the 10, and he's in for the touchdown again.
The big touchdown here for Lewisville. Really just Flower Mound's defense just broke down. Flower Mound went in for the pressure on the quarterback, and the coverage on Winfield just wasn't there. Winfield made a quick move to get past him, and then he just had open field from there, and it was just a foot race.
And that is absolutely devastating for Flower Mound. They had Lewisville within a one-possession game, and now pinning, and they're going for the two-point conversion, and it looks like they are just short, but there is a flag on the play here. So Lewisville might get another chance. Lewisville is just trying to put this game away as fast as possible. They don't want to give Flower Mound any chance of coming back here now. Lewisville did not leave a lot of time left on the clock for Flower Mound, only a minute and a half remaining in this third quarter.
Definitely going to be interesting how Flower Mound reacts here after that touchdown, because that was a big touchdown for Lewisville. They were on the ropes, didn't look like they were going to be able to score, and then they just got those big plays. It's really just been those big plays for Lewisville and the turnovers that really have gave them the edge in this game so far.
And the extra kick and the extra point for the Farmers is good. Score now, Farmers 30, Jaguars 17. It is now a 13 game again.
Yeah, that's just huge for Lewisville, as I've said. It's just, you were on the ropes, you had that 2nd and 12 off that huge penalty, and they just came back, made a quick pass, and Winfield found some open space, and he scored. It really just lowers that Flower Mound morale on the other side of the field there, but they're going to have to come back out here with that offense and try to just get another quick score and then just rely on their defense again. All their defense has to do is make one stop, and this game is completely different.
Absolutely right there. Flower Mound has got to be more urgent on their offense. Urgent, but not hasty, because they don't want to make any silly mistakes here that could cost them even more points.
Yeah, you still got plenty of time. You still got all the fourth quarter. You got 1 minute and change here left in the third quarter, so you got time. You can make this comeback. They just need to settle down. You understand that Lewisville got the momentum right now, but they can take it right back like they have been a couple times in this game.
There's no doubt in my mind that Flower Mound is able to take the ball away from Lewisville, but it's whether or not they can convert on that takeaway.
Yeah, it's going to be big to see if Flower Mound's offense can score here, because if they can't score, you're giving the ball straight back to Lewisville to make this a 3% game, which you cannot make in this close of a game late. So they got to score here, and then their defense just kind of has to come out with one stop, either one stop, a turnover, anything works. You got to stop Lewisville. If they can't stop Lewisville, or they can't score on this drive, it might come to the end here.
And Evers and the Flower Mound Jags trot back out onto the field, trying to make something happen in these final minutes of the third quarter. And this is going to be a keeper for Evers. Only gets a few yards on the play there.
Yeah, designed quarterback run there, just trying to get some extra yardage there, open up some space in the field. You keep those runs going, you open up the passing game, which I think they might try to even go deep here, try to catch Lewisville off guard.
They are going with a 5 wide out play say here, but it's just another screen to Edline, which is dropped.
Yeah, they've been running that screenplay a lot with Edline. It has worked a lot of the times, but that one just seems a little bit too quick of a pass, and he just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, you could tell Edline just wasn't ready for that ball to be there so soon. Couldn't hold it in. And another 5 wide out set. Bit of movement on the Lewisville defense, but no flag. Oh, and the intended receiver, number 15, Walker Mulkey, just completely covered by the Lewisville defense there.
Yeah, Evers is running out again and just not making a good decision come end of play. He throws it into triple coverage, basically, and just not able to get to his receiver. This is a long third down here, but I think they're calling a flag here on Lewisville.
Yeah, the Flower Mound defense, or offense, is now at a 3rd and short. Not quite sure what happened there, but I'm sure they aren't complaining.
I assume there was a flag on the play for maybe that motion you were talking about earlier.
It's likely.
So they're going to go.
And Walker Mulkin unable to haul in the catch that would have got Flower Mound possibly a first down and a new set of downs to play with, as Evers is clearly upset that Coach Basil is bringing out the punting team.
Yeah, that's not what they wanted. I mean, you still have the room in this game to punt the ball, but they really needed this drive. This drive would be huge for them if they could score, especially after the Lewisville score.
There's now less than a minute left in the third quarter as there is a low punt on the snap, or a low snap on the punt. But it gets a good roll and it will land at the Lewisville 32-yard line.
Yeah, another kind of botched long snap there to the kicker. A little bit of a low kick, so he couldn't get his best leg on it. Kind of puts Lewisville in a little bit better position than they might have been.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'd much prefer a low snap that's grabbable than a high snap that goes off into the end zone there. 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see if Flower Mound can manage a comeback in these last few minutes.
Yeah, I'd assume that the Farmers are just going to try to run this ball, take some time off, and just maybe even get down the field and get a score.
You're absolutely right. It's another handoff to Ellison, but this time he doesn't get as many yards as he normally does, only getting about 2. Now 2nd and 8 for the Lewisville Farmers, and I think they're just gonna let this clock wind down and finish off the third quarter. They don't look very urgent to get a playoff right now.
I think that the play clock is sticking with them, so I think they're going to be able to get out of this quarter without a flag. So they're just going to let it milk out.
And that is going to do it for the third quarter. Farmers 30, Jaguars 7. We will be right back after this break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of LSMN, the Lewisville Farmers versus the Flower Mound Jaguars. As we return, the Farmers are up 30-17 with the ball. It is 2nd and 8 for the Farmers. Let's see if they can make something happen or if Flower Mound can finally get a stop. And a quick jet sweep is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like there's a Jaguar down on the field. And the referees are going to call an injury timeout as all the players begin to take a knee out of respect, and the trainers come on the field. They're going to take a look at them. I can't quite see the number from here, so I can't really say who the player injured is. Number 27 seems to be injured. Rocco Cooper.
He seemed to get up now. I think he's jogging off to the sidelines here. I think he might have just got the wind knocked out of him there, so maybe he just took a big breather, and I think he might be able to come back on the field after a few snaps.
So after that failed jet sweep, it's now 3rd and long for the Lewisville Farmers. If Flower Mound can get a stop here, it would be big for their momentum. And they almost sacked the quarterback, and they do. Number 33 just held on to Terrell's legs and finally took him down. Troy Barbera with the sack.
Yeah, that's a big stop there for Flower Mound to get that sack, get the ball back. He's still got 11 minutes to get a touchdown here to make it a 1-possession game. That was a big stop by that Flower Mound defense.
Now the real question is Nick Evers and the Flower Mound offense going to be able to convert on that 3-and-out?
We know they can. It's just a matter if they can actually succeed at that, as he calls for a fair catch.
Fair catch called at the 31. Flower Mound is going to have a bit to go on this drive, but if anyone can do it, it's definitely Nick Evers and Coach Basil.
You know, this team's bright spot has mostly always been their offense. They've always had this good offense with Nick Evers. Will be his last year here, as he is a senior, but this will be a good year if they can come out here, even come back in this game and keep their playoff hopes alive.
This will not be Evers' last appearance in the football world, however, as he is going to Florida on scholarship. As he hands it off to Edline, gets a good chunk of yards, about 8 yards on the play there, will bring up 2nd and short.
Now, it would be interesting to see if Flower Mound can get the running game going, because they haven't had the running game going all night, so their passing hasn't really been working as well as it usually does. So if they can get that running game going, they can open up the field for the long passes or even the short passes over the middle.
And Evers fakes the handoff and keeps it for himself as he gets the first down and then some. About 5 yards on the play there will give Flower Mound a new set of downs.
And Nick Evers in their offense going hurry up once again.
Trying to keep Lewisville on their toes. Hoping to catch him off guard. As a flag is called, there is a false start on the Flower Mound offense.
That's really going to slow down Flower Mound here. See if they can be stronger than the adversity they're facing right now and get to that first down marker, as now it should be a 1st and 15.
Big momentum killer for Flower Mound. Let's see if they can come back from this. And there was a bit of movement on the Lewisville line there, but no flag called. As Evers fakes the handoff, looking for a wide open receiver. Can't find one, and he just throws the ball out of bounds there.
Yeah, just tries rolling out right, tries to make something happen like he's been doing all night. Just can't find anyone that time, so he does the smart decision, as you should, and just throw that ball out.
Right, don't try to force a play. Don't give Lewisville any kind of chance to take the ball back right now. And there is a flag. This is going to be a free play. Almost picked off by number 8 there, Caden Jenkins, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway as the Farmers were offsides. And Flower Mound gets those 5 yards they lost back. This will bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, definitely probably going to go for another pass here, or even maybe you might see a run, try to gain some yards back, make it even closer 3rd down for them.
Flower Mound in that same formation they've been in these past few plays, as he fakes the handoff once again. And once again, almost picked off. This time, number 3, Miles Johnson, almost with the pick.
Yeah, just the drop passes today from the wide receivers, the corners, anybody that's primarily supposed to be catching the ball when it comes at them. It just has not been working. A little bit of maybe some butterfingers or some nerves today. But that could have really ended the game there for Flower Mound, as they're going to go for it here. Not go for it, but they still got the third down, but they're going to go for it even if they don't get the first down here.
I was about to say, this is definitely 4-down territory, as there's only 9.5 minutes left in the game. And Flower Mound is still down by 2 possessions. Evers drops back to pass. Scrambling out of the pocket, can't find a man. Finally throws it, caught by number 4. Only has 3 men to beat. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Number 4, Grant Satterfield with the touchdown, bringing Flower Mound back into this game.
That is a huge touchdown for Satterfield. He comes back to Evers, gives Evers an option as he's rolling out right. Instead of making him scramble for less yardage, he gives him an option by coming back into that play, and then he kind of just finds open space, makes that long athletic run, kind of just like an end around you would see from a normal run play. Makes that end around, finds the corner of the end zone on the opposite side of the field.
Great playmaking there by Satterfield to get free of his defenders as the kick is good. Score now, Farmers 30, Jaguars 7, or 24, sorry. It is now a 1-possession game for the Jaguars, as there is just a little bit over 9 minutes left in the game. Flower Mound really does need a stop here if they want a chance of winning.
Yeah, you're definitely going to see Lewisville come out here with some run plays, try to milk that clock as much as they can, but at the same time, they don't want to run it too much to where they're not going to be able to get that first down. But if Flower Mound gets this stop here, they score a touchdown, the game is tied no matter what, PAT or not.
Absolutely right. Flower Mound has a chance to tie here with the touchdown alone, and the chance to take the lead for the first time in this game with the extra point. Flower Mound has yet to take the lead in this game, but if there was ever a time to do so, it would be now.
This would be one very big comeback for Flower Mound if they can come back in this game. But right now, I think Flower Mound, all they're worried about is stopping this Lewisville offense once again.
All right, first things first, they definitely need to get a quick stop here if they even want a chance at getting another touchdown. I can only assume that Lewisville is going to try their hardest to leave as little time as possible on the clock for Flower Mound.
9 minutes is a lot of time to kill in this game, but if you do run the ball, you will get it down to a little amount, but at the same time, you also have to think about that you can't run the clock down too far, where if you give the ball back to Flower Mound and they score and you have no time to come back down the field and take the lead and actually win the game. So the coaches and the players have multiple things to think about here. You need to run the ball and milk that clock, and you need to stay on the field and not force any turnovers. Basically, you just have to keep your game plan straight.
And Lewisville takes the touchback. Will get the ball at their own 25-yard line. They have 75 yards to go to make this a double possession lead once again. As they come in with the pistol formation, they hand it off again to Ellison, who only gets about 4 yards on the play there. Now we'll bring up 2nd and 5. Flower Mound really needs to get a stop here if they want a chance.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to lose some yards. Try to force a loss of yardage here because they don't want to give up too much to where this is an easy 3rd down to convert.
And another handoff to Ellison will get just enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, he just found another hole in his O-line and some space in the open field. Flower Mound is not doing a good job on shutting down the run right now. I think they're just a little bit too worried about those long passes that's happened earlier in the game.
They've been struggling with the running game all night. But if there was ever a time to clamp down on that, it would be now.
Yeah, you got to stop Lewisville here. You know they're going to take as much time as they can off the clock. You know they're just going to keep pounding the run until they absolutely can.
And a quick pitch off to Ellison from Terrell is going to get stopped just after the line of scrimmage, about a gain of 2. Good job on the Flower Mound defense, stopping the run.
Yeah, now they just got to focus up. It's probably just going to be another run here. I wouldn't expect them to risk throwing the ball at all. They don't want to force a turnover whatsoever, so I'd assume they're just going to try to keep that ball on the ground. They're going to try to milk as much clock as they can while still getting first downs.
And as the clock continues ticking, there's only 7.5 minutes left in the game. And timeout called on Lewisville.
Yeah, I don't think they liked what they were. I don't think the coaches liked what they were seeing here. This is a big drive for both the offense and the defense. So the coaches need to get everything straight. As both coaches right now, I bet you, are just telling them they need to stay calm and they just need to do what the game plan is, which for right now, Lewisville is to pound the run game and milk the clock and keep driving the ball downfield. And of course, for Flower Mound is to get this huge stop.
Lewisville begins to make their way back onto the field as they get ready for this 2nd and 8.
Big drive. This game is coming down to the wire. This is everything you want to see out of the LSMN game of the week.
This game is definitely a lot more interesting than last year's matchup. And that's all you can really ask for.
Watch the pressure here by Flower Mound. They might come in with the blitz as they bring one.
And Terrell tries to sneak for a few extra yards, only gets 1. That will bring up 3rd and 7. Flower Mound really needs this stop here if they want a chance.
Yeah, this is a long 3rd down. We know Lewisville isn't going to risk going for it whatsoever. They need this stop. And if they do get this stop, they should have about 6 minutes and 20 seconds still remaining on the clock.
I can only assume Lewisville is going to try to run for this for these few extra yards for the touchdown. They might also try to do a play action move, just trick Flower Mound, which is what they do. Play action pass, and it is caught for the 1st down.
Yeah, just that quick. It's that same thing again where you get that quick play action play. That might have even been an RPO there. Try to go on that slant.
Keystone with the catch once again. We haven't seen too much of him this half, but he finally makes an appearance when he's needed most.
Yeah, that is a huge 1st down. That's also a huge, big loss for Flower Mound there, as if they did get that stop, they would have plenty of time to go drive down the field and take the lead.
6 minutes left in the game as Lewisville continues to march down the field, now in Flower Mound territory. And they are just going to continue to run this ball with Ellison as he gets pulled back behind the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to give him a few yards, though, as his forward momentum was stopped around 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but those 2 yards definitely, if Flower Mound could just keep stopping the run when they need to and then just be ready for those passes if it is a long 3rd down, they should be able to get out of here. Because, again, Lewisville is not anywhere near close enough to go for that kick.
5.5 minutes remaining. Time running down on Flower Mound as they fake the handoff and make the catch once again. They are going to stay in bounds, however, as they bring up 3rd and short.
It'd be interesting to see what Lewisville goes with here, another quick pass or even a run. But again, here's another big 3rd down for the Flower Mound defense, see if they can get the stop this time around.
And I believe the Farmers are just outside of field goal range, so if they do manage to get a stop here, they will most likely get the ball back without giving up any points. Unless Lewisville decides to play risky and goes for it on 4th down, but I highly doubt it at this point. As they hand it off to Ellison once again, he breaks through and gets tripped down at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, there it is again. Flower Mound's just not ready for anything on 3rd down right now, and they're just not being able to make the stops. And as much as Lewisville's driving down the field and about to get the score, the clock's running out too. Just doesn't look like Flower Mound's going to have enough time to get the ball back, even if a score happens here, they won't have enough time to even get 2 drives off.
Flower Mound not able to stop the Lewisville offense on 3rd downs. They've been having troubles with that all night. As they hand it off to Ellison again, he finds another hole to go through. And I believe he's just short of the 1st down. He's going to bring up 2nd and inches.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going with the run here. The run is working now. Flower Mound, ever since they went to that quick pass on 2nd down, the last 1st down, they haven't been able to regroup anytime a run has happened.
At this point, Flower Mound can no longer settle for just a stop. They need a turnover if they want a chance to win this.
They're definitely probably in range now for enough for their kicker to probably get a field goal here.
As they hand it off to Ellison again.
Should be enough for the 1st down.
And it is Ellison with the 1st down once again as time continues to wind down for Flower Mound. 3 minutes left in this game. Flower Mound needs a turnover at this point if they even want a chance of winning. Any type of score here could spell the end for them.
Looks like the Jaguars are just going to keep their timeouts as long as they can keep them without using them.
And Ellison runs it again as the Jaguar loses their helmet. Ellison continues fighting forward for those few extra yards. This will bring up about 2nd and 5.
So I believe a timeout has been called.
Jaguars use their 1st timeout of the half.
Definitely just to stop the clock. Trying to hope that they can stop him here on 2nd down. I would assume that they're going to try to stop him on 2nd down and then use another timeout, and then maybe on 3rd down they don't use a timeout, because they're probably going to try to keep that one timeout if they can get the ball back. But it'd be interesting to see how the coaches plan this out.
Now, if I'm Lewisville, I would just keep running the ball. I mean, it's been working. Flower Mound just can't seem to stop it.
Yeah, definitely. You got 2nd and 4. You're going to be able to run the ball and get close enough to the first down marker. If not, of course, get that 1st down, especially since Flower Mound's not been able to stop it at all this drive. So really, the Farmers have all the momentum right now, and if they just get one more 1st down, this game is most likely over.
Now, if you're Flower Mound, Brendan, do you think you should just go and just completely rush the backfield, just focus solely on the run, or do you think you should expect them to pass the ball at this point?
Well, as much as I would say you should stay cautious right now, I think they need to bring the pressure. You know, if you don't force a turnover right now and you just stop them, it's not going to be enough.
And Ellison finds the open field, and he's in for the touchdown. And that might just be it for Flower Mound, but there is a flag on the play.
There might have been holding here on number 75, as he does have his head down.
If this play stands, the Flower Mound Jaguars could very well be out of this game, but it looks like it might be coming back.
Yeah, there's going to be holding here on Lewisville, as this really could be a huge thing here for the Jaguars, as they still got 2 minutes and 33 seconds and 2 timeouts, as this should be a 2nd and 13, 12, 2nd and 11, I think they're going to go with.
And once again, this is a one possession game right now, but if Lewisville does manage to make a field goal here, it will bump it up to a 2 possession game. So any type of scoring here could very well put Flower Mound out of this game, and by proxy the playoffs.
Yeah, and if Lewisville does come out of here with a win, they will be 6-0 and 3-0 in district play and have a huge, big win over Flower Mound. Of course, they still have to go into Marcus later in the year for the Battle of the Axe, and that will be another huge game for Lewisville.
And Ellison, it's only a few yards on that play as Flower Mound calls another timeout.
It's going to be
2.5 minutes left in the game.
It's going to be huge here because if they can make this stop here and it be 4th down, you're going to have to rely on the kicker missing the field goal, but also if he does, you'll still have about a minute 40-ish and a 1 timeout to drive down the field. Now that is hard, but you're going to have to do it. You have Nick Evers at the helm. It is possible for this to happen.
Right, it's definitely difficult at this point, but it is also possible. 3rd and 5. Do you think this is 4-down territory for Lewisville, or do you think they just go and kick it and secure their lead?
They're going to have to kick it here. You have to think about it in the aspect of you make this field goal, the game's over. You win, because you're not going to be able to get. That's a 9-point game. You're not going to be able to do anything in that case for Flower Mound. So if Lewisville gets stopped here, they're going to go for the field goal. If they miss the field goal, Flower Mound should still have about a minute 40 left to drive down that field, and maybe they'll keep that 1 timeout. Kind of depends on how Coach Babel decides to play it with his offense.
You just have to wonder what Coach Basil is telling his players in the huddle right now.
I think he's just trying to keep them calm. They know this is their third down of this drive. They of course didn't stop them in the first 2, and they understand that this one is the biggest one out of all of them.
All right, Flower Mound has not been able to make stops on 3rd downs, especially when they needed to. Right now would be the best time to do it.
Yeah, this play is the game.
First down here, all but wins it. As they fake the handoff to Ellison, Terrell is going to run it himself. And is he there for the first down? I think he's just short.
Yeah, I think he got stopped right on the 10-yard line. And, of course, the first down marker was on the 9-yard line. So this should be a 4th down and 1.
And Flower Mound calls their last time out of the game here.
And this field goal is really going to decide the game.
Now this is the question, though, because they have been able to run this ball extremely well, especially in the red zone. Now, do you think they'll try to run it here and make absolute sure that Flower Mound cannot come back and win this? Or do you think they'll play it safe and go for the field goal and still give Flower Mound some hope of a chance?
I think you have to go for the field goal here. It's close enough. You know your kicker can make this type of field goal. This is at most a 27-yarder. So that should be an easy enough field goal. I think you have to stick with a field goal. But if you're not going to go for the field goal, you can maybe even try to draw them off sides with the offense, or maybe even go with like a quarterback sneak.
They aren't going for the field goal. The offense is coming back out onto the field. Now they may just be trying to get Flower Mound to jump off sides here, but if they don't and this does not pan out, Flower Mound will have 2 minutes to drive down the field and possibly take the lead.
It'll be interesting to see what they call here. If they are running up to the...
They hurry to the line, and it's going to be a QB sneak.
I don't think he got it.
But there is a flag on the play. If this stands,
Flower Mound
should have the ball back with 2 minutes remaining. But that is only if the flag is on Lewisville.
Could even be offsides on Flower Mound for jumping early.
And it is a false start on Lewisville.
So Flower Mound is going to get this ball with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left.
Not quite yet. That's actually probably worse for them, because now Lewisville is going to bring out the field goal unit.
That could have even been by design, to where they just set it up.
It could have been, but I highly doubt it. Lewisville really lucks out with that penalty, as the officials call a timeout.
I think they might just be trying to figure out if that everything there was the right call.
No, they're just trying to fix the clock. And I'm sure if that penalty is declinable, Flower Mound would decline that in a heartbeat.
Now this field goal decides the game.
Almost blocked. And the kick is good. It is now a 2-possession game for the Farmers.
And that should close it out for the Lewisville Farmers, barring any miracles here for Flower Mound.
If Flower Mound can drive down this field fast enough and somehow manage to get an onside kick, they might have just the smallest chance of still coming back and winning this game. But that is highly improbable.
Yeah, they also have no timeouts to work with, so they really have to go down this field quick and then just pray for that onside kick.
Flower Mound has everything to lose in this game. Playoffs are on the line.
And for Lewisville, if the score holds, they will move to 6-0 and 3-0 in district play. And that really will stable themselves as a true contender.
Two minutes, 16 seconds for Flower Mound to get 2 possessions. Let's see what happens. I'm all for an underdog story.
Very improbable. It would be one big miracle for Flower Mound to somehow come out of this game with a win.
Let me ask you something, Brendan. Do you believe in miracles?
I do believe in miracles.
And Flower Mound is going to field this kick, but it's not going to go very far, as there is a flag on the play, though. Flower Mound stopped at their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, he just tries to make something happen here. But they might even say maybe a little bit of a late tackle there by Lewisville, but it's going to be hard to see what the ref might be calling here.
And as Evers and the Jaguars come back onto the field, it's end zone or bust for this drive. Even though they are in their own territory, I can only assume it's 4-down territory anywhere on the field. And the penalty was on Lewisville, so Flower Mound will get quite the boost to their starting field position.
I think they just called targeting maybe on the Lewisville coverage there on that punt. He did have a little bit of a late hit, so I'm going to assume that's why Flower Mound got probably an extra 15 yards there.
Flower Mound has to be looking deep, and Evers gets sacked.
By Dorian Brady with that huge sack there that probably might have just shut down that Flower Mound offense, as the clock is ticking, of course, since they have no timeouts.
And you can see Flower Mound with the 5 wide out spread. Evers scrambles for just a few. I don't understand why he decides to scramble in this position.
Now it's going to be a long 3rd and 19.
A little under a minute and a half here, and as the clock continues to tick.
I believe that Lewisville took a timeout, as they did.
Now I want to know why Lewisville would decide to take a timeout here.
I think they just needed to get their defense set, because They might even set up deep here just to make sure no long passes come. They might just let the small runs play come if they want to do that. But I'm going to assume they're going to just cover deep because at this point, Jaguars are just going to have to throw the ball deep. It's a third and 16. It's all or nothing right now.
Even though they are inside their own 20, I can only assume it's 4-down territory right now. Once again, a 5-wide spread. Hail Mary. Just short of the first down, and I believe he did make it out of bounds. No, he didn't. The clock is still ticking down. 4th down for the Jaguars. If they don't make this, it is game over. There's now a minute left in the game. Jaguars need to hurry if they want a chance.
Really no safety
Evers
over there.
throws deep. Caught by number 4.
That
Grant Satterfield with the amazing catch down in the Lewisville 40.
Grant Satterfield has come up once again with a big play as he had that touchdown earlier in the game.
Flower Mound making their way to the line quickly. Once again going deep. Satterfield, the intended target, again does not manage to pull it in. That will stop the clock though, with just a little over 40 seconds left to go. Flower Mound now in perfect scoring range.
I believe that they're probably just going to go end zone here. Don't really have much time left to waste.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's end zone or bust for both of these next drives if they do manage to get the onside kick here. $40 yards till the end zone. Evers looking deep, finds a man, just short once again.
Throws it low once again. He's missed a lot of receivers this game, just throwing it a little too low. So that will stop the clock once again. They should have still 2 more downs here since they obviously will go for it on 4th.
36 seconds remaining. Clock is stopped. I don't know why they continue to go with these short passes. First downs are not the issue here. Touchdowns are.
Assume they're going to go deep here, but they have both safeties back. It's going to be hard to get people open the field.
Evers rolling out to his right, finds a man. Number 15, Walker Mulkey, catches the ball and goes out of bounds, stopping the clock just under 30 seconds and giving the Jaguars another new set of downs. Flower Mound marching their way down the field. If they can score here and get the onside kick, they might just have a chance.
Be one huge Flower Mound miracle. Of course, with the clock stopped here, Evers is going to take his time with this play. Got a lot of open field there on the left side.
Yeah, there's a bit of a one-on-one.
Now Beck Anderson over there, you might want to watch that.
And
I believe that was the same play from earlier where they tried to go for Satterfield to run through another route so he's open on the other side.
unfortunately for the Jaguars, Satterfield was completely covered. Just over 20 seconds remaining in this game. And the longer it takes for the Jaguars to score, the less it looks like they'll be able to come back and win this game.
Again, Anderson is over there by himself, number 11.
Evers scrambling, gets about 5 yards, 15 seconds, and clock is still ticking.
That might be the end of it here. They're got to snap it quick.
And they're just gonna lock it down.
Yeah, they're gonna go. This is their last chance. This fourth down here with 6 seconds. Even then, probably even with the score, they probably won't have enough time for anything really. Probably will be the end of it here.
Both teams put in great effort tonight.
Yeah,
but in the end, only one team can come out victorious, and that seems right now to be the Lewisville Farmers.
Yeah, it's a really good game. Both teams played amazing. Just really moral of the story was turnovers, and Lewisville seemed to capitalize on more of them.
Flower Flower Mound did have a problem with turning over the ball as they are stopped at the Lewisville 5-yard line. And that is going to do it for tonight's game. Flower Mound is now out of the playoffs, and Lewisville has just secured their spot as one of the top teams in the district this year, moving to 6-0 on the season and 3-0 in the district.
Yeah, that is a huge win there. A good solid win over Flower Mound. They played tough, they played well. It's really putting them on top. But for Flower Mound, of course, they dropped to 3-3. It's really a big loss.
And that is Flower Mound's second loss in a row after last week's battle with Hebron. Their last win was against Marcus in the Mound Showdown.
Yeah, that's now back-to-back loss. It's just tough to take for Flower Mound. They played great. It wasn't a bad game by any means. They played good. It really just did not stop fighting. Most teams would kind of just give up on that last drive, but they kept fighting. They kept playing well. But for Lewisville, great all-around game. I mean, their quarterback played great. Their passing game really stepped up, especially with the big loss of Damian Martinez this week. So good to see, especially for Lewisville. They're not only showing that they're not just a running team, they're able to pass the ball, which is huge.
And I'm sure this game was a lot closer than a lot of people expected it to be, but in the end, Lewisville is just too much for the Flower Mound defense.
Yeah, great semi-rivalry game here.
On behalf of all people here at LSMN, I would just like to thank our sponsor once more, Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Legendary food, legendary service. Now with that being said, I have been Brody Lewis, along with my partner Brendan Selke, and we wish you all a good night.
This broadcast of LSMN is being brought to you by Texas Roadhouse in Flower Mound. Come by for our hand-cut steaks, legendary sides, and fresh baked bread. We're open till 11 o'clock, so stop by after the game. Texas Roadhouse, legendary food, legendary service.